Welcome back, folks. Sheepdog Smokey here, and I hope you're having a good start to your week. We are now entering June, and we're seeing just escalation of more of the same. Beginning in early March, it was we have to flatten the curve, flatten the curve, flatten the curve. So state after state locked down. My own state of Texas did, not to the extreme measures that some others did, but still, life pretty much became sit at home, go to the grocery store, sit at home, repeat. And every time someone would call to reopen the economy, they were attacked as heartless, insensitive people who didn't care if others died. We have not locked down anywhere near this, if to this level, in 100 years. And even then, it was not the same. There were recommendations against large gatherings, but no outright ban. The quarantine was for those who were sick. They were kept in quarantine, literally the intent of the word. Think about how NASA does this for astronauts who've been at the ISS or away from the planet for any amount of time. They quarantine those who are possibly sick. They don't quarantine the healthy as well. But no one in government seems to care. This is not about public health. This is not about your health or mine or anyone else's. It is about control. It always has been. If it were truly about health, we would have seen hospitals like that one in New York, or the hospital ships, that are not being used for primary hospital purposes spring up all but overnight. The Army Corps of Engineers is very good at what they do. The National Guard is very good at what they do. Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guards, all very good at what they do. We could have had field hospitals in days, ready to be the coronavirus quarantine area. As soon as you are proven to be symptomatic, you were taken there and treated. Not forced onto a ventilator, not told this drug that your doctor says is working is bad, not told you will do as we say. The government would not have had any say in how treatment happens. It would have been left to medical professionals. That's the reason Spanish flu did not decimate the country in 1920. Doctors were allowed to take the lead, and not simply someone with an MD. I very much respect Dr. Ben Carson, but I don't know how many patients he has seen or surgeries he's performed in the last several years. Therefore, if I was going to talk to someone about the current state of technology and other aspects of brain surgery, I would go to someone performing it on a daily basis, or at least ready to perform it on a daily basis. Dr. Ben Carson, definitely a respected man. I would listen to what he says. But as he is no longer working as a neurosurgeon, I would go to someone who is, to speak about how the state of neurosurgery is today. It's the very reason that, as Fauci said, don't wear a mask. Wait, do. Now he says don't if you're healthy. I've never listened to that. I've gone to my personal doctor. I've talked to him because he knows me. He knows my family. And aside from every time I see him or correspond with him and him telling me that I should quit smoking, which I am working on, he told me, as long as you are not symptomatic and not feeling ill, you should not wear a mask. And if you are feeling ill, you should not be going out. You should go to my office or a hospital, or just stay home. That's the medical advice I listen to. And I've been called every name in the book, accused of wanting people dead, told I should be in prison because I won't wear a mask, that even now the CDC and Fauci say is not recommended for those who are healthy. Listen, I'm not going to mock you other than in my own head for wearing a mask. I might give you a dirty look for wearing it improperly. I see too many people with them around their neck, only covering their mouth. If you're going to wear it properly and don't mess with it. but don't demand that I do what you say rather than what my doctor says. And that's what this quarantine has been about. Non-medically trained people ordering a country to follow their medical advice. Garcetti, Newsom, Whitmer, Inslee, Cuomo, de Blasio, all of the rest who have taken this and run with it. You'll notice that the New Mexico governor has been proven to have made a jewelry store, which was non-essential, open to sell her jewelry. Whitmer looks like she's just come from a salon every time she's on TV. Cuomo went to his private gym while you were told not to. Newsom and Garcetti filled skate parks with sand. The mayor of Chicago has threatened to arrest churchgoers. This is no longer about public health. It is about subjugating the people of this country. And miraculously, as people began to wake up to this, what happened? A racial hate crime that now has led to businesses and homes and so much more being burned to the ground. As I've said before, you will never find me defending that idiot who put his knee on George Floyd's neck. Had I been there, I would have happily taken being arrested alongside him to get the man off of George Floyd's neck. There are much better ways of ensuring someone you are arresting does not resist. You don't kneel on someone's neck for even 30 seconds, let alone 8+ minutes. The man deserves to be in solitary confinement with no human contact for the rest of his life. But rioting, looting, burning buildings to the ground is not how you protest. That is a riot. President Trump has finally stated that Antifa, the thugs in masks who like to assault people over clothing and burn buildings to the ground over nothing, will be treated as a domestic terrorist group, because they are. They riot, destroy, and more to strike fear into people's hearts to control everything they can. The rioters arrested in Minneapolis, Philadelphia, everywhere else, need to be charged with destruction of property, assault, and anything else they've committed. For crying out loud, an NBA player tweeted, "Burn that crap down," then deleted it. Now he's tweeting, "They're coming for our neighborhoods. We need to defend our homes." I thought you wanted to burn it down, but no. He's deleted those, although the internet is forever and the screenshots will remain it forever. Because he wants to be seen as on their side until they show up in his neighborhood. And then, "Cops, where are you? Why aren't you defending me?" There are bad actors in every industry on this planet. From ditch digger to CEO to pastor to president to congressman to police, fire, whatever you want to look at. Every job on this planet, you will find someone who is not doing their job and is in fact doing things they should not. That does not mean that industry is horrifically tainted and all evil. I have watched police officers stop in a torrential rain to change a tire for someone. I've seen them go to schools and lecture on how to be a good person, on ways to help your society. I've seen video of a police officer who pulled a young man over for a tail light out, if I remember right. Ended up teaching the young man how to tie a tie because he was going to an interview. Officers who, rather than arrest a woman for stealing eggs, buy her groceries. There's one in Fort Worth, just minutes away from me, if traffic's not bad. Officer Damon Cole, who visits sick children in the guise of superheroes. And you're going to tell me one bad actor who needs to go to jail for the rest of his life means that every one of those cops who gives of themselves to make the world a better place is an evil bigot? I will forever call you a moron for saying it. Absolutely. Call out the individuals who are acting as they should not. Absolutely charge them with their crimes. Absolutely put them in prison for the deserved amount of time. But the day you start tarring every law enforcement officer as an evil, racist bigot because of the actions of one person is the day you lose all respect in my eyes. I will never defend a police officer, firefighter, EMS, private citizen doing what that monster did to George Floyd. But I will also never accept or tolerate the rioting and wanton destruction and looting because it does not honor the victim. Absolutely. Stand and be heard. Protest peacefully. Hold the signs. But don't tar every officer with the same brush. Name the monster who did what he did. Demand justice be visited upon him. But that's not being done. I don't know what else I can say on this. I'm becoming a broken record on just 3 or 4 topics. And I'm hopeful in the next week to 3, I'll have finally gotten enough material together to begin the other series, at which point I will become a probably 2 to 3 day a week channel. Maybe the odd video speaking about something going on. But I don't want to be one of these people who just rants and raves on YouTube every day about what's going on in the world. And I'm working on a way to get out of that. So we'll see how that goes. Let me know what you think in the meantime. As always, remain civil. We're not here to scream and yell. We're not here to insult and act like toddlers. We are here to discuss, dissent, and debate. Make sure to like and share the videos so they get a wider audience. More discussion is a good thing as long as it is civil. Beyond that, make sure you are subscribed and have notifications on so you know of all content as it posts, and so we grow the channel. I am still doing the giveaway, 500, 1,000, and 1,500 subscribers, just not the fly. You'll want to be subscribed to be a part of that. Until next time, everyone have a wonderful day.